are joined in our broadcast booth by the Commissioner of Major League Baseball, Bud Selig. Welcome back to Atlanta.
Chip, Joe, it's a pleasure to be here. Glad to be here. I always love coming to Atlanta. Spent a lot of time here over the years, in the last 20 years, and today is really special because of the Civil Rights Game. We've had a wonderful luncheon and a lot of history, and of course watching Bill Bartholomew celebrate 50 years. I was there, you know. The only person in baseball who knew Bill back in November of 1952 was me, because I was just a young man in Milwaukee, and Bill was a young owner of the Milwaukee Braves. And while our relationship got off to a rather stormy start for the obvious reasons,
I'll bet.
We became very close friends in the 70s and really close friends today. But we did come a long way in 50 years.
Yeah, I was going to ask him, have you forgiven him for bringing the Braves to Atlanta?
Well, you know what he tells me now? Look, it all worked out well. You got the Brewers and everything worked out. So he's now tried to convince me that he did this for my best interest. But it did work out well. Atlanta got a team, and Milwaukee eventually got a team. But yeah, it was. Bill was public enemy #1 in Milwaukee for a while.
Beacon Awards today in the Civil Rights Game. I know Cincinnati hosted the first 2 Civil Rights Games. The Braves have for the last 2 years. What are the plans for the future of the game?
Well, we're to Frank Robinson, who is now I appointed and who's taken over. That is, we talked about that today. We have a lot of cities interested. This was perfect, Joe, Chip, because this is the epicenter of the civil rights movement. There was so much history here. Watching John Lewis today has brought back a lot of memories, and so this was really very special. And I originally called Henry Aaron, who obviously Henry and I have been friends now for a long, long time, and said, "How'd you like the Civil Rights Game?" And he loved it, and then we talked to the Braves, and it worked out. So it's been terrific. It really has been.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Andre Ethier, the Dodgers right fielder, looking for his second hit of the series. Ethier hit a towering home run here last night for Los Angeles and rolls this one out of play, foul to the right side.
Well, the first year of 2 wild card teams, and the interest is really getting up to a boiling point.
It is,
because so many different teams are close, so that's got to make you feel good about that.
It makes me feel great. You know what I remember back in '92 and '3, and was when I first started the wild card, the first year as the commissioner. I really was criticized severely everywhere. Oh, he's ruining the game. You can't have a wild card. And of course, it's worked out beautifully, even better than I actually thought it would. And now the extra, I mean, the possibilities, Joe, Chip, in both leagues, there's about 6 clubs within a couple of games. It's really amazing. So I love it. Incidentally, it's a great thrill for me to watch Ben Sheets. I watched Ben a lot in Milwaukee. He was a great favorite of our family, to be perfectly blunt about it. So I think this is an amazing story and a great comeback, and I wish him nothing but the best.
It was a great pickup for the Braves.
Oh, was it ever? Frank Wren told me the story today. It's really quite a story. I mean, just pitching a simulated game over, I guess, at Georgia Tech.
Right down the street.
Yeah, amazing.
I, for one, love the wild card. What can you do about the DH? Can we please get rid of it? Any chance?
Well,
not to put you on the spot or
no,
anything.
it's okay. I don't mind. I'm the only one left. I was in the American League in 1972. It's the only thing of Charlie Finley's I ever voted for, by the way. And we went to the DH because the American League was really hurting for offense, as you remember.
Sure.
So I became convinced by some of the older owners in the league we ought to do it. American League people like it. National League doesn't. I guess what I would say to you is a little competition between leagues is not all bad.
Andy Ramirez launches one to straightaway center, and that one's way out of here. Boy, has he really enjoyed the move from Miami to Los Angeles. He's having a whale of a road trip, and he just tied the game at 1.
Yeah, I don't want to bring Ben Sheets any bad luck here. So, Chip, I know that I have a strong feeling, but by the same token, I have to tell you that the American League cities and teams really like it. I've often said it's going to take a catalytic event, some kind of maybe overall realignment or something, which is not even on a drawing board right now, to change it. So I think we've pretty much cleared up the postseason problems and all-star game things and that. So I would be less than candid if I told you that's on the drawing board, because it isn't right.
James Loney, the Dodger first baseman's in the batter's box, and he hits with one out. Let's talk about something close to our hearts. Obviously, this is the last year for Chipper Jones. What has Chipper Jones meant to the commissioner of Major League Baseball?
He's been a great player. You know, I love when a player comes.
As Loney cranks one deep to right field, and that one's high off the top of the fence. And Hayward's going to watch that ball ricochet back toward the infield, and that's ruled a home run.
Skipped off the top of the wall and then hit the back wall and came back. Loney's only got 4 home runs on the year, and he's hit 2 in the last 3 days.
Would you like to leave the booth and come back when the Braves are up?
This is usually I bring fairly good luck. This is now embarrassing. Ben will settle down.
But you're talking about Chipper Jones.
Yeah, and so when you have a player who spends 19 years.
Luis Cruz. Are you kidding me?
Oh my.
Back to back to back solo homers for Los Angeles.
Well, it's great having you, Commissioner.
Yeah, I really.
Come back anytime.
Next time you see Ben, don't tell him I was here. Anyway, Chipper Jones has been not only a great player, but a great part of this franchise. And whether it was Robin Yount or George Brad or all the players who have come and spent their entire career, great careers, Hall of Fame careers with one team, and that's Chipper Jones. And so you bet it's meant a lot to baseball, and it's meant a lot to the Atlanta Braves. So he has my great admiration.
3 home runs on 4 pitches off Ben Sheets, and the Dodgers now enjoy a 3-1 lead as A.J. Ellis, the catcher, is the hitter. And guys like Chipper and Derek Jeter, Mr. Selig, are, as you said, truly rare in this day and age.
There's no question.
Free agency and player movement has been great for the game and for the fans as well. But how great is it to see guys like Chipper and Derek Jeter?
Every generation has them. You bet. Derek Jeter, Chipper. It's just great. It's great for the franchise. They become really a whole generation that grows up with a player. And I think that's very, very important. I really do. And so the more of that we can have, the better. And when obviously they wouldn't stay that long if they weren't great players. But I really, he's just, you know, you think of Chipper Jones, you think of the Atlanta Braves. That's really what you try to do in this sport. And so how much has he meant? He's meant a great deal.
Pitcher Aaron Harang with 2 outs. And he takes a strike from Ben Sheets.
Do you have a position, sir, on the Steven Strasburg issue?
I do not. No, I have enough controversies that I have to solve every day, and a bunch now. And I'm going to let Mike Rizzo and the Washington franchise solve that. It's unusual. I know a lot of people are coming up with opinions on the subject, but they know his medical condition, and so I'll let them solve it. It's great to see you. I hope that you'll do better without me. But anyway, it's great to be here and nice to see you both.
Mr. Commissioner, a pleasure.
Great to have you. Thanks for joining us.
3-1 Dodgers in early lead.